Salut tout le monde, bienvenue dans channel là. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. On fait macramé ensemble. Let's do some macrame together. Ok, on commence. Nous allons prendre 6 fil yo, faire ce que est égal en bas, et nous placer sur une chaise ou bien une table. Faire ce que parti dans mi-temps et sous chaise. Après ça, on va prendre 2 fils qui plus longs yo, qui te mesuré plus long yo, on va placer sur côté. So we're going to take our 6 strings, we're going to make sure they're equal on the bottom and put the middle point on a chair or table. Then we're going to take the 2 longer strings and place them on either side. Là, au fin mettez dans deux bords, on prend un tape et on mettez juste pour faire souquer et fil yo pas souquer. Next, you're going to take some tape and you're going to tape it down to make sure that the strings don't move. Kounya, ou pral faire 8 nœuds carrés. Now we're going to do 8 square knots. Avec nœuds carrés ça, ou pral utiliser toutes 6 fils dans mi-temps et on va utiliser 2 fils longs pour faire nœud carré. So what you're going to do with this square knot is you're going to use the 6 strings as the middle and the 2 longer strings are going to do the square knot. Here's an easy way to count the square knots if you ever get lost. Mais en façon facile pour contrôler les carrés si vous t'as perdu. Songez yon nœud carré c'est à gauche à droite. Remember that one square knot is to the left and then to the right. Next, you're going to lift up the cord, turn it around, and place it back down with the tape. Kounya ou pral lever fil là, virer, placer l'encore avec tape là pour le bas souquer. Et puis, qu'on y a fait 8 carrés encore, mais n'a commencé à droite. Next, we're going to do 8 square knots, but we're going to start on the right this time. Right and left equals 1 square knot. Qu'on y a, c'est à droite, à gauche, 8 fois. We're going to have a 16 knots total. Nous allons avoir 16 nœuds total. Ok, kounya nous allons attacher et faire ce que 2 points égales. Next, we're going to attach it and make sure the 2 sides are equal. Après ça, nous allons faire un nœud 1 pour attacher. Next, we're going to do a wraparound knot to attach it together. Faire ce que 2 bords égales. Make sure that both sides are the same, that they're equal. Bel bagay. Kounya li attaché, nous allons continuer. Beautiful job. Now that it's attached, we're going to continue. Vous allez choisir 4 fils. You're going to pick 4 cords. Vous mettez séparer l'autre fil yo si vous besoin. You can separate the other strings if you need to. Et puis nous allons faire 6 nœuds carrés. We're now going to do 6 square knots. À gauche, à droite. To the left, to the right, 6 times. Songez j'aime te montrer pour contrôler nœud. Remember how I showed you to count the knots. Kounya nous allons faire un lot nœud carré, mais nous créer une petite distance environ yon pouce. Next, we're going to do another square knot, but we're going to create some distance of about 1 inch. Très bien. Konya nou pral fè même bagay avec res fil yo. Wap chwazi 4 fil, wap fè 6 nez carré, wap fè un petit distance yon pouce avec on lot nez carré. Awesome. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with all the rest of the cords. We're going to take 4 cords, do 6 square knots, create about an inch distance, and do 1 more square knot. Sonje ou ka vire projet a si ou pa ka jwen fil ki derrière yo. Remember that you can always turn the project around if you can't reach the strings on the other side. This is how it should look like when you're done. Men ki jan li dweye le ou fini. Konya na pran 2 fil ki nan mitan et na attaché yon kolye. Next, we're going to take the 2 strings in the middle and attach a bead. You can use small beads, medium, or large. It's up to you. Ou ka utilize n'importe quoi c'est, petit, medium ou bien large. Ça dépend de ou. Après ça, wap mette yon nez carré pour faire souke kolye pap souke. Next, you're going to do 1 more square knot to make sure the bead doesn't move. Konya ou pral créer une petite distance, même jan ou te fait avant, environ yon pouce. Next, you're going to create some distance, just like you did before, about 1 inch. And you're not going to do the square knot, you're going to do the spiral knot. Remember, the spiral knot is all one direction, so you're always going to start on the left side. Don't go to the right or it'll start going straight. You're going to do 12 spiral knots. Konya nou pral fè nez viré a. Sonje nez viré a, c'est un seul bord li komanse. Toujours komanse à gauche, pas jamais fè à droite. Si ou fè à droite, ou fè nez carré a et ou après li komanse à droite nan men. Mais pour fè le viré, na fè 12 nez viré, komanse à gauche. Make sure that you always start on the left to keep it spinning. Next, we're going to create some distance again for the 3rd time of about 1 inch. And we're going to do 6 square knots to finish. Konya nou pral créer une petite distance, même jan nou te fait avant environ yon pouce. Et na fait, même jan nou te fait en lè, na fait 6 nez carré pour nous finir. Bel travail. Konya na fait même bagay avec res fil yo. Beautiful job. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the rest of the cords. Si ou ta ame fè projet sa pi long ou bien ajoute plus nez, plus kolye sou li, ou kapab, mais wap juste besoin ajouter sou mezi fil ki mde ba ou nan komanseman. Par exemple, ça c'est un medium, si ou ta ame fèl kom yon large, ou wap juste besoin doubler mezi fil yo. So if you would like to make this project longer, add more knots, add more beads, you totally can do that. Just make sure that you add to the cord measurements that I gave you in the beginning. This project is a size medium, I would say. So if you want to do a size large, you would just have to double the cord measurements. Ok, konya nou pral connecter projet ensemble. Now we're going to connect the project together. Wap pran 2 fil nan 2 bord yo. Wap fè yon nez carré. You're going to take 2 strings from either side and you're going to do a square knot. Wap kite yon distance environ 3 ou 4 pouces. You're going to have a distance of about 3 to 4 inches this time. Make sure that you keep the strings straight as you do the square knot. Fè souke ou kite fil yo droite pendant ou fè nez carré sa. Men ki jan li dwe semble. This is how it should look. Konya nou pral fè même bagay nan tout bord yo. Ou ka vire projet si ou bezwen wè fil yo. Wap pran 2 fil nan chaque bord. Et wap fè un nez carré ak yon distance 3 ou 4 pouces. Fè souke yo tout égal. Now we're going to do the exact same thing. You can turn the project over if you need to see all the strings. But we're going to do a square knot with a distance of 3 to 4 inches. Make sure that the measurements are the same so that they're all equal. Men ki jan li dwe semble le ou fini. This is how it should look like when you're finished. Ok, konya ou pral répéter même processus là. Now you're going to repeat the process. On va prendre 2 fils sur chaque côté et on va faire un autre nez carré. Konya on va créer une distance qui un petit casse picote environ 2 pouces, 2 pouces et demi. Now you're going to repeat the process. You're going to take 2 strings from either side and you're going to do another square knot. You're going to do a slightly shorter measurement of about 2.5 inches. You're going to do this with all 4 sides. Ou pral faire ça à tous les 4 bords. Ou va créer 4 nez carrés, même jan ou te fait en l'air. It should be 4 square knots, just like the top. Fais sûr que avant ou marrer nez carré yo, que tout fil yo droite, pas gen fil qui tordé, qui viré, ou bien qui pas na place yo. So before you do the square knots, just make sure that all the strings are straight. There's nothing that's twisted or turned or not where it's supposed to be. Ok, konya nou pral répéter processus la yon dernier fois. Now we're going to repeat the process one last time. Ou pral fè un nez carré avec une distance yon pouce et demi. Et ou va fè li nan tous les 4 bords. Ou va prendre 2 fils dans chaque bord, fè un seul nez carré. You're going to do a square knot with a shorter distance of about 1.5 inch. You're going to do 4 square knots, alternating with those 2 cords from either side. Ok, men ki jan li dwe semble. Alright, this is how it should look. Si vous voulez faire li pi large, songez ou ap juste besoin ajouter sou Mezi Fil la ki mte ba ou. Remember, if you want to make this bigger, you can always just add to the cord measurements that I gave you in the beginning. Alright, now we're going to test it out by putting a plant inside. Kounya nou pral teste projet a, nou pral mette un plant an dan, nan ti bol li a pou nou we ki jan li chita. Ok, tout bagay en forme, nou pral etirer pour nous marrer en bas. Alright, everything looks good, so now we're going to take it out so that we can tie the bottom. We're going to use the wraparound knot technique that we did in the beginning, and I used a different color cord just for fun. Nou pral utiliser e ne won nan, même jan nou te utiliser nan komanseman. Mwen utiliser un lot couleur fil juste parce que mwen li bel kon sa. Sonje ou ka utiliser n'importe couleur, n'importe style fil. Depuis ou li bel, ou met utiliser. Remember, you can use any kind of a color or size string as long as you like it. Alright, now we're just going to cut the ends at the length that you prefer. Kounya nou pral juste couper e fil yo ki an ba nan mezi ki yo reme. E projet a fini. And now the project is done. I hope you enjoyed making this project with me, and be sure to like and subscribe because I will continue to be putting lessons on this channel. M souhaite ou te reme fè projet sa avem, ou met abonné à channel la parce que m'a continué créer belle leçon pour nous. Merci!